Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be talking about the energies of Capricorn season. Now, Capricorn season starts on December 21st and goes all the way to January 19th. And this is right smack dab in the middle of the holidays. You know, Christmas is coming, or whatever version of the winter holidays that you celebrate. The holiday season is coming. And so we have pile number 1 with this clear quartz. And I love this clear quartz. It actually belonged to my late sister. So it has special meaning for me. And I see it as like the egg of the universe, like a potential, an unmanifested potential that is waiting to be manifested, or like this full moon energy. And then we have pile number 2 with this smoky quartz cluster. And then we have pile number 3 with black tourmaline. And so with the energies of Capricorn, it's ruled by Saturn. So we're bringing in this the feeling of stability and tradition and duty and honor and regulation. And these are all amazing parts of the spiritual journey. They aren't maybe as exciting, maybe not as sexy as, some other vibes of astrological energy, but they are very important and vital. The stability in our life is what centers us and grounds us, so that we can then explore all the other more sparkly things, right? But there is a quiet contentment in accomplishments that Saturn energy brings in via Capricorn. The slow, steady working towards a goal with the drive and determination that nothing can stop you until you reach it. That is also a bright, sparkly thing. So, without further ado, pile number 1, 2, and 3, and let's get into it. Okay. Pile number 1 with the lovely clear quartz egg. Let's see. I will put all of the listings for all of the decks below, but I'm using a brand new one called the Earthbone deck. I think it's quite lovely. I might have used it once before, but it's relatively new. A magician. Wow. We were just talking about how Capricorn can enable us to create the stability, and the magician represents this that you having all the tools that you need. And the energy of 4, which is the energy of groundedness and stability, resonates through the magician, along with the energy of 5, which is change and spirit, right? The 5th element. So we have earth, fire, water, and air, and then we have spirit, and or the universe, which helps us create our co-creating partner. You have all of the things that you need. With this Ace of Wands, it's some kind of an idea, right? It might be creative in nature, but some kind of a eureka moment that you're being called to do. But maybe, I think you have all the tools, but you may be feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome, and like you can't do it. I'm here to tell you that you can. Just go for it. Just do it. You literally have one life to live. Pile number 1. The universe is supporting you. This figure 8 symbol means infinity, meaning that you have the infinite abundance available in the universe, the infinite number of possibilities of ways things could go right for you for this lovely and amazing goal and dream of yours. And with this, I think it might mean that you're not necessarily looking into the ways in which you could partner with other people to help you achieve your goals. You're trying to go it alone, and that's not the way to do it right now in this Gemini. So you might find or have found unknowingly, you just need to go back over who you met during the full moon in Gemini. but you might have met somebody that could help you accomplish your goals, a contact, a network. Check through all of your old business cards. Think back of who you met back in the early part of the month, and see if there's some networking ability there for you to help get your idea off the ground. Queen of Cups in reverse. Do be careful of anybody you've met during like Mercury retrograde. I don't know why I'm getting that. There might be a little Queen of Cups in reverse energy, which can be somebody who is either an unstable partner. Maybe they were really liked your idea and they were really like, oh yeah, I want to do it. You know, it's like this sort of frantic energy when what you need is a stability. You need to find this person, because this person, yeah, is not it. On the other hand, this is also, yeah. So I do think that you do need partnership. Yes. And there might have been somebody that came through on the 4th of December, but do be wary of anybody who came in that somehow, I don't know, triggered your red flags. So if the person is too anxious or too desperate or too like wanting to rush into a partnership with you and you want to think it out, trust your instincts, think it out, research the person. And that even goes for the person if you met them in the December. Research to make sure it's a good fit, and just do your due diligence. That's the other thing that's coming through. You do need somebody to help you. You do need a partner to help you with this idea to get it off the ground, but just be wary that it's somebody that has your interest in heart and is not necessarily, is not trying to take credit for hard work and idea that you came up with. That's coming through. Just be careful. Oh, look at that. Wow. I told you the egg. It's the idea and potential. Shiva Lingam is about balancing. Alexa, stop, please. Sorry about that. There was an alert that was going to happen, a weather alert. So Shiva Lingam is about balance, right? Finding a balance. The partnership that you create needs to be a balance of action and an inaction, of thinking and planning and doing. And there's going to be, and that's the balance of the tradition, what is traditionally known masculine and feminine energies. Of course, you know, I believe that gender is on the spectrum. These are just what the energies traditionally mean, of action and inaction, of yin and yang. So it's going to take some balance, and it's going to take you to balancing your life in like if you're doing another job and this is your side hustle, maybe balancing that with your like social engagements and relationships and family and friends and all of that. Don't get so carried away in this idea that you like lose yourself to it. I'm getting that. But this idea has huge amounts of potential. Let's look at 32 Shiva Lingam. It says, it embodies the wisdom deities brought to the earth. It symbolizes uniting dualities and manifesting the creative force. Self-understanding. Be compassionate with yourself. Heal. You have masculine and feminine and other dualities within your being. Integrate these to release your creative power. The Shiva Lingam is produced from the tumbling waters. Life shapes you in the same ways to go with the flow. Soul scouring reveals your divine core. If you were hurt or abused, be compassionate with yourself to create healing on all levels. Get back to the basics and put passion back into your life. Honor your libido and create a fire. Create balance. Expect a new relationship or revitalize an old one. Practice sexual magic. Cut ties where appropriate. Remember, you create the power through the power of thought. Everything passes. In a turbulent time, unexpected benefits emerge. Healing inside. True relationship transcends earthly experience. It is rooted in soul unification and unconditional love. Frequency is earthy and high. The chakra-based sacral and highest crown activates the rise of Kundalini energy. Timing, Scorpio, soul path, tantric union of opposites. Huh. Yeah. So, yeah. And this person that comes in, I mean, the grounded one, I see like one person there might be more than one person that wants to do this, and there's maybe one actor that's like not that great, and then maybe there's a couple that are good, and you're going to need to use your discernment and balance to figure out, like, just make sure you are really being cognizant of your intuition and any red flags. And I think the person that you end up picking to help you out in manifesting this dream is going to be somebody that is kind of an opposite of you. Maybe you're creative and they're like the foundation of the plan. Maybe you're like unstructured and they're like a Virgo and they have like a 5-point chart for everything, but they don't necessarily have the kinetic inspiration that you do. And together it makes an amazing thing. And so what I'm thinking about is like I don't know if you watch iHip podcast, but it's like the energy of Jenny and Angie on iHip. So Jennifer Welsh and Angie Pumps have this energy where they're like kind of opposites. Like Jen is the straight man and Angie is like an Aquarius and she is very wild card, sort of comedy almost energy. And it just works, right? They've created a very popular podcast with their duality of energy. And I think that is something similar to what you're going to create. But just make sure you're creating it with the right person. And don't be afraid to ask Spirit for guidance and insight as to who the right person is. You know, maybe light a candle and use clear quartz to get clear on that. But this idea or project or something in potential that you have does have a huge potential for growth with this egg. The growth, you know, the egg potential for it to hatch and turn into something amazing and transform into something very concrete and amazing. So that is what I have for you. We also have 39 portal, originality, idealism, progression. Look at that. Yes. And it also kind of looks like a round sort of, I don't know if there's like a tree trunk and then there's a door you're going through. And look, Gemini. It looks like there's a hatch with two. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like a little bit of Gemini right there on the door, like two. So yeah, Gemini full moon is when some of this is going to come to fruition. Let's read 39 portal. And originality, idealism, progression. This is a transformative moment in your life when you're about to walk through the door into a new world. You can use this wisdom or experience to your advantage. If you create a new perspective through self-development, go forward, dear one. You are protected by divinity's circle of love. In the direction you flow, there is a new earth, or should we say fresh beginnings, to be discovered. This is a natural progression in the right direction. Let go of negative emotions that no longer serve you. Trust in Spirit's guidance. You're safe. You'll be safe under their protection. Drop the layers of security and embrace your vulnerability. You may face adversity as you go against the grain, but your wisdom is grounded and rooted in Earth's nurturing energy, and you will flourish as a result. Release the responsibilities of feeling trodden on as you begin to dig beneath the treads that others have imprinted on you. Permit the water to wash over you and carry burdens away. There is comfort and solace in solitude as you break free from the herd. The seeds that have been sown are continuing to grow. Despite the rocky ground, your roots are firm, allowing your aspirations to flourish. You begin by learning how to walk, then dug beneath the surface to remove trespassers' imprints. You sowed your seeds and watched them grow and flourish. You are about to be given the opportunity to reap their bounty. Your inner calling is inviting you to reflect on the past and heal from it so you can embrace a fresh start. Affirmation: I am evolving every day. As I am an expression of consciousness in physical form. Yes, you are in potential. Pile number 1. This idea that you have is awful and potential as part of your soul's growth. I'm getting like the egg of the universe. The universe is behind you. Spirit is behind whatever it is that you're doing. You have all the tools that you need, and all you need to do is find the right person to help you bring it into being. You are one half of the equation. The other half, the universe will bring towards you pile number 1. And that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and you can comment below with a heart emoji or a tree or an egg emoji. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 2 with this smoky quartz. Very grounding energy, very clearing energy. Helps you to ground as you move into spiritual heights of development, and also helps you ground inspiration into reality. The Hangman. There's so much major arcana happening in this reading. Whoa, the Chariot. I'm getting the energy immediately. A sort of look before you leap. Yeah. Look before you leap. There's something that you want to do that you're ready to like take the trajectory on, but there might be still a few things that you need to clear up because you might have ran into a few snafus over Mercury retrograde, which happened in November, the 9th to the 29th. And so, yeah, there might be a few loose ends that you need to still tie up from that. And there also might be a few loose ends that you need to tie up from 2025 because, you know, Capricorn is a sign that moves in Capricorn season. We're moving into the new year, and the energy is all about making these affirmations and things. But maybe there's some things that you didn't finish for back from 2025. For some of you, it might be taxes. This might be a business. Oh yeah, you are ready to sort of, I guess, how would you say? You are ready to be in action. Pile number 2. You are ready to move. There's like this restless energy within you because you were being good during Mercury retrograde, and you were like, you know, and you were like going through all of the trials and tribulations. Maybe you experienced some unpleasant tower moments where people or things or situations fell away. But I think you're still processing some of that energy, honestly. I think there's a side of you that wants to run away from what you're feeling and like jump into some kind of a new project. Yeah, that might be why they're also, the universe is also telling you to look before you leap, because you need to resolve, first off, unfinished business back from Mercury retrograde or 2025. Preferably before the end of the year, or at least start on it before the end of the year. And you also need to start processing feelings that you are wanting to run away from. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Justice. Huh. Some of you are waiting for like the outcome of a settlement. Yeah, maybe maybe you had a court case going and you were a claimant or something like that, or maybe it was like, you know, a divorce. I don't get any unfriendly vibes, but just like a dividing of property, and there's like a long waiting period. Maybe it was a will and probate, and you are waiting for that. But you're like, you have all these things that you want to do, and you're like, oh gosh, this is help. Why is the universe holding up? It's holding up for some reason. I think the reason is that there's some things that need to be finished, some dots that need to be, I's that need to be dotted, T's that need to be crossed before you receive this. Yeah. Yeah. And many of you are still really like, I guess, confused about exactly what you want to do once you get to where you want to be. Yeah. And so maybe the universe is holding you back because it wants you to get clear on that as well. Yeah. It wants you to get clear on how would I say this? It wants you to get clear on which direction you want to go. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like either during Mercury retrograde or during the course of this case, some things came to light, some kind of like deceit or disloyalty or betrayal came to light, particularly if it's like a will or a, yeah. Yeah. Some of that came to light, And you also are like sort of grappling with that. With this Four of Cups energy, you're also processing a lot of that. But the message is that you're just going to kind of have to wait. Yeah. So what I think you're waiting on is a claim, a court decision, an outcome of some kind. Maybe it's like a decision on school if you're of college age, but you're waiting on some kind of an outcome. Pile number 2. And yeah. And let's look at this. There's 2. That's the Gemini energy. There's so much Gemini energy. Whatever you're waiting on, I think that there's something you're resisting feeling. And I know this might sound crazy. You're like, how's that holding me back? I just think it's that the universe wants you to essentially heal something by fully feeling it. And I feel like once that happens, whatever blockages towards this thing that you want to chariot ahead of will happen. Yeah. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you were, let's say you want to go to college or something like that, but you kind of don't know what major that you have, and you're in confusion, and maybe you got into an argument with your parents, and they were like, oh, I want you to take this major or that or this thing, and you don't want to, and now you're like, but I also don't have a plan. And so now you're in this sort of confused state, but you're also hurt because you realize that maybe they were saying, oh yeah, we'll support you in whatever you want to do, but then you realize, wait, no, they really only want to support me if I'm doing this. They just said that as lip service because they expected me to already believe them. So then you're grappling with all these emotions, and maybe you're waiting on these college letters, but nobody has responded back. I feel like what the energy of the universe is saying, deal with the issue first, and then bam, you get some answers back from some universities. It's that kind of an energy. Whether it's, a court case, whether it's, maybe solving, if it's a divorce, there's one final piece of thing that both parties are arguing over. Maybe one person betrayed and didn't show all the assets they had or something like that. And so that ties things up, and it creates a lot of resentment. And the only way you can sort of get it going is by working through the resentment in order to reach an agreement, right? And then the case can move forward. It's that kind of energy. The pack. Yeah, inner work, deep connection, soul tribe. You want to find your soul tribe. Herkimer Diamond, there's a need for clarity. And Herkimer Diamond is about loyalty as well. There's a need for you to find some people. I feel like there's a tribe coming in for you of people that will be nurturing and that you can trust. Yeah. And I'm getting college vibes for some of you. For some of you, you're going to go to college, you're going to find like a group of friends, and they're going to be like your ride or die. For others, if you, like, let's say you divorce and maybe you meet, like, you join, I don't know, a singles group, or maybe it's just a hobby. Maybe you join, like, I don't know what to do with all my free time. My kids are out of the house, and now I have this settlement, and maybe I need to, like, travel, and you go travel the world, and you find this amazing group of people that you meet, and they become like, even though you all live in different wherevers, you become close. This kind of energy. This pack energy is coming in for you as a wonderful balm for your soul. Let's read 38. It says, the pack, inner work, deep connection, soul tribe. Have you found those people who hold space for you? Those people who allow you as much time as you need to talk if you need it, or to be unabashed yourself and act as you wish. These individuals do exist, and they can be found. Seeking the help that you require is entirely your choice. There are forms of healing found in counseling and talking circles. Some people are fortunate enough to receive support from friends and family, as well as pets, animals, and plants. It's essential to be able to talk and express your truth to those who are simply listening and accepting you into their hearts. Your story may not be for everyone to hear, but you can find the support that will aid you so you may align with your highest self. You can communicate with Mother Earth, and if you like, unload your burdens on her. She is compassionate, nurturing, and helpful in transferring whatever energy you don't want to bear. Examine what you want to leave behind, like a snake losing its skin or a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. and let the earth transform it. Allow yourself to gather and release this energy by sitting in prayer or meditation in nature. It is vital to remember that before you can be of service to others or assist them, you must first heal yourself, and everyone's road is different. This commonality in healing work is formed through making space for others to tell their truth. You might be receiving a call to be a healer. If you have noticed this need in someone else, the act of healing begins with the skill of being able to listen. Practice listening without pretenses, preconceived notions, or judgment. Practice being open to fully listening with all of your senses. Allow someone as much time as they require and provide a safe space for them to express themselves. The affirmation: I acknowledge that the way through transformation is love. My body, mind, and spirit are in complete balance. Yes. Some of you might be leaving relationship or long-standing, and you go to a support group and find what you need there. That is the vibe that I get. And after you heal, like it's almost like everything moves forward for you because the universe is ready, and you are ready to receive. Let's see about Herkimer Diamond. Powerful energy generators access release past life information. Herkimer diamonds make excellent shields against geopathic stress and EMFs. This crystal works beyond the physical levels to bring harmony and energy bodies to the energy bodies and the soul. Self-understanding. Keep careful note of your dreams as they reveal the underlying cause of your disease. You may be particularly sensitive to EMF frequencies, radioactivity, and detrimental earth energies. You may also be cyclically sensitive and need to clear a blocked third eye. Check that you're not living on a negative earth energy line. You may be addicted to your tablet or mobile phone and receiving detrimental vibes therefrom. Screen yourself appropriately. High vibration. Healing insight is high vibration. High impact energy can dramatically change your world. The frequency is extremely high. Chakra all. Timing spring. Soul path. See the light. So a lot of this stuff might happen for you during, I feel like spring is the time. If you feel any blockages or anything holding you back from getting to this particular area that you want to be, I feel like it's a very tangible thing, like a settlement, a case, or a college acceptance letter or something like that. The blockage is emotional and energetic. And once that clears, Spirit will open up the way for you. That is what I have for you, pile number 2. If it resonated, please like, subscribe, and comment below with a sparkly emoji or or goat emoji. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 3 with this black tourmaline. Let's see what we have in store for you. Let's move these over here. The Hermit in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Wow. Okay. I'm getting a picture. Wow. You are coming out of a period where you have held on to a lot of guilt over something that you have done in the past. It might have kept you up at night. It's something that you really deeply regret on a soul level. Like it is so hard for you to even think about it and process it, but you are starting to process it now. And what is helping you to release it is that the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, when it moved to Scorpio, it helps you to face the deep, hidden things inside your subconscious mind, pile number 3. And you found that there was a lot of guilt, and you might even fear like you'll be judged harshly by society or the world or your friends or whatever, if anybody knew. That's the vibe I get. And this is almost like it's causing nightmares. It's causing just depression, anxiety, And there's a real need to release that. You're making steps to release it. You might have even done a ritual to release it on the full moon in Gemini. And right now with Saturn, there might be there might be actually some karma cleansing that you need to do. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. Maybe it's you need to forgive yourself. Maybe it's that you do need to go on sort of a tour of anybody that you've hurt or wronged. Maybe you need to talk to them and clear the air. Even if they don't forgive you, it's a way of that you are providing restitution and you are releasing the burden of all of this regret and shame and pain from yourself. Pile number 3. So sorry you're going through this. It is so hard. But at the same time, this is part of our soul's growth, right? We learn from our mistakes. We move forward. We move into a brighter future. And in order for you to move into a brighter future, you have to release the guilt. And the guilt is actually making you both mentally and physically sick. So there are lessons we learn from our failures, right? And it may be that there's nothing you can do to get a person that you've wronged to forgive you. It's not about that. It's about learning the lesson. It's about alchemizing that on your soul path. And it's about forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself and you are staying in this hermit vibe because you don't want to face the world. You might have gone into a long period of solitude. Maybe you're like, live in a very secluded place. Or you go to like meditation ashrams and maybe you go to like confessionals. And it's just a very heavy energy. It's a very Saturn energy. You feel responsible, and Saturn wants to know that that's okay for you to feel responsible. But at some point, once you've accepted your responsibility, you do want to move towards healing. And I do think that is where you're heading. But you just have a lot of emotional trauma to process. And I think that some of you might want to consider seeking psychological help because, yeah, and you have been like deflecting, maybe with the Hermit in reverse, you've been like running away from your feelings by keeping really, really busy, right? You have all these things on your schedule because you don't want to face. Some of you might have been drawn to pile number 2. You don't want to face what's happening. And, yeah, I mean, not pile number 2, pile number 1. But you don't want to face what's happening. You don't want it to you feel like, you almost feel like you're being buried in this darkness, this dark grief. Yeah. You also want to do an aura cleanse with like salt water and sage. And I'm getting saltwater sage. I'm getting look at the black tourmaline, smoky quartz, and I'm getting amethyst. Amethyst will help you to release any really harmful addictions that you've been using as possibly as a coping mechanism. And the coping mechanism is not going to make the emotions go away, which is what you've been running away from, which is what you have to face. Yeah. And it's really, you're going through a dark night of the soul, pile number 3. It's just so hard for you at this moment. And maybe you had a tower moment where, some parts of who you are were revealed, the parts that you don't like, to your close circle. And perhaps not all of them dealt with it well. Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah. And so what I think with this judgment was reverse is you're being called to face whatever it is you did, to try and make restitution or atonement. or if you didn't necessarily do anything, or if you've already done that, but you're still like, in the blame scenario, you can't let it go. You're being asked to move into the space of lightness. You're being asked to release what it is that you can release so that you can be lighter in spirit. And maybe there's something else that you need to face that you have not faced yet. And that is like a final piece of holding on. Let's see. Time. Planning, making decisions, taking risks. Yeah. Time is the great healer for one. It heals all. Maybe you need more time to be in a hermit energy, to be with yourself, to meditate, to contemplate, to just feel. I'm getting just this energy of feeling everything. You might Ho'oponopono work, Reiki energy, and the Sedona Method. That's what's coming up for me, for you. But particularly Ho'oponopono, which is the Hawaiian prayer for forgiveness and self-acceptance. It's very beautiful. Yeah. It says time. Planning, making decisions, taking risks. Do everything you want to do before your time is up. Live the life you want. Don't wait for anyone or anything. Don't go to the end of the road with any regrets. Look at that. If there's something you want to do, then do it. Stop waiting for the right time. Now is the right time. Less thinking, more doing. Stop fearing the unknown. Stop doubting and start imagining all the positive possibilities. Nothing is set in stone. Have the courage and willpower to try. The universe and your spirit guides have your back. Your spirit team wants the best for you. They want you to enjoy this life to the fullest. Lessons are presented to you that you must learn so that your dreams and desires can align perfectly. Go through what you need to experience and feel. Yes. Learn to heal. Going through it is the only way to get what you want. Make positive changes if you aren't happy. You hold the power for your own happiness. Exude gratitude and it will all work out. The affirmation is, I give myself permission to thrive. I am attracting high vibrational experiences into my life. Yes. So I'm getting move into a state of gratitude and acceptance. Really try and have a gratitude practice for yourself. And also, you only live once. I believe in past lives, but this unique life only happens once for you. So if you reincarnate and you go into another life, that's another life. That's not this life. So you only have this life once. And there's too much that you can explore and experience to continue to live with these regrets. Learn the lessons and move on. That is the spirits. That is spirits telling you. This stone 12. Wow. 12 is actually my birthday, December 12th. Quantum Quattro. That is incredible. Maybe there's a message in here for me as well. I always Capricorn, have a Capricorn moon, and we can be very hard on ourselves for our failures and our choices that we made that are not up to snuff. They're not up to standards. And the Quantum Quattro Synergy. Quantum Quattro has amazing healing power and a dramatic effect on physical vitality. It brings about an energetic shift, an integration. Yes, you're working on integrating these emotions, these very, very difficult emotions into your soul being right now. Self-understanding. You are an extremely complex person who is seeking wholeness within yourself. Examine all facets of your personality, especially those you hide from yourself or others. Accept those of value. Find the gift hidden deep within mistakes. Forgive and let go. Yes, release yourself from codependence and abusive relationships. Heal your inner child. Recognize the resources you have to draw on. Divination. Karmic aspects need healing. I said that, yes. Your question is nowhere near as straightforward as it seems, so dig deep and see all sides. The power of the whole is much greater than its component parts. Once you have all the information, you are invincible and evolve rapidly. Healing insight. Recognizing that you cannot heal anyone else or influence their behavior enhances your own well-being. Frequency high. Chakra energizes all. Timing. Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Yes. And this is all the things that we're flowing through. I think we had a full moon in Taurus. We have a full moon in Gemini, and a Virgo Libra, probably activated, but we just were in Scorpios, going through Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. The soul path is holistic healing for the soul. That is what you are doing. Holistic healing for the soul. And I feel like this is also a message for me. It's really amazing to read for somebody else and then get it reflected back on yourself. That's 12. I mean, wow. And I'm a Sagittarius with a Capricorn moon, y'all. And a Gemini rising. And I think Gemini was in there too. So, that is the reading that I have for you. Let go, release, forgive yourself, integrate your shadow self, get the help that you need if you do need it, and let it go, because life is too short for regrets. Pile number 3. That is all that I have for you. If it resonated with you, please like, comment, and subscribe below with a black heart emoji, a blue heart, or you can, a goat or a Capricorn sign, Sagittarius sign, or any of the signs we mentioned. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.